Elon Musk just deleted welding from car manufacturing entirely, and the machine that made it possible is unlike anything the automotive industry has ever built. For over 100 years, building a car meant one thing: thousands of individual metal parts stamped, pressed, and welded together by armies of robots across assembly lines that stretched the length of city blocks. Around 4,000 weld points in a Model Y alone. That's 4,000 potential failure points, 4,000 reasons for quality variation, 4,000 sources of weight, complexity, and cost. Tesla just eliminated every single one of them from the Cybercab production line, not by improving the welding process, but by replacing it altogether. The machine doing it is the 50,000-ton Gigapress, 8 times more powerful than what Tesla used to build the Model Y, 5 times more powerful than what builds the Cybertruck. And right now at Gigafactory Texas, it's already running, casting Cybercab chassis sections as single, seamless pieces of aluminum, producing structures that are simultaneously stronger, lighter, and cheaper than anything that came before them. Today, we're breaking down exactly how it works, why it changes everything, and what it means for every other automaker on the planet. Why welding had to go. The cost problem. To understand why Tesla needed the 50,000-ton Gigapress, you need to understand why traditional welding was always going to prevent the Cybercab from reaching its target price. The Cybercab has one core economic mission: become the cheapest robotaxi in the world at around $30,000, while producing it at a scale equal to the combined output of the Model 3 and Model Y, potentially millions of units per year. That goal is mathematically impossible on a conventional welded production line. A traditional body shop requires enormous floor space, massive capital investment in welding robots, complex programming for every model change, and constant maintenance from mechanical wear. It's expensive to build, expensive to run, expensive to upgrade, and fundamentally incompatible with the speed Tesla needs. The Cybercab is also smaller than the Model Y, visibly so when the two vehicles sit side by side. Running it on the existing Model Y or Model 3 production lines would mean adapting complex infrastructure designed for a completely different vehicle architecture. The unit economics would collapse. So Tesla didn't adapt the old system. It replaced it. The 50,000-ton Gigapress. Scale and science. The numbers alone are staggering. The Model Y uses a 6,100-ton Gigapress, already considered revolutionary when it launched in 2020, replacing over 70 individual welded parts with a single cast aluminum piece. The Cybertruck needed a 9,000-ton machine, approximately 1.5 times more powerful. The Cybercab's dedicated press operates at up to 50,000 tons of clamping force. That's 8.3 times more powerful than what builds the Model Y, a machine the size of a multi-story building. At that scale, the press can cast structures far larger than any previous generation, potentially multiple vehicle frame sections or even complete modules in a single cycle. Elon Musk has suggested the machine could cast up to 5 frames simultaneously. Test runs have reportedly achieved casting cycle times of between 3.75 and 5 seconds per shot. When Musk said he believed a car could come off the line in less than 5 seconds, this is the machine he was referring to. The pressing force requirement exists for a fundamental physics reason. As the size of the casting increases, the pressure of molten aluminum flowing into the mold cavity at high speed creates enormous forces that will cause the mold to crack or shift unless the clamping force holding it shut is equally enormous. At 50,000 tons, the press holds the mold with a force comparable to the weight of 35,000 average cars, enough to contain the violent dynamics of high-speed aluminum injection across a casting surface many times larger than previous generations. The casting process, how it actually works. The science behind the casting process is as impressive as the machine's scale. It begins with aluminum, a blend of pure aluminum and recycled material from previous castings. melted in a natural gas furnace at approximately 850 degrees Celsius. The new system uses a dual furnace setup. The primary furnace handles initial melting, while a secondary electric holding furnace maintains the molten metal at a stable temperature between 750 and 850 degrees Celsius with high precision. Temperature stability is non-negotiable. Even minor deviation creates microscopic air pockets and structural weak points that would compromise the final part. To prevent this, nitrogen fills the empty space above the molten metal to block oxidation. Argon gas, rotary degassing equipment, and silicon carbide filters rated at 25 microns then remove any remaining impurities from the melt before a single drop of aluminum enters the mold. The result is an exceptionally pure, dense metal with consistent molecular structure throughout. Why the Cybercab's cast chassis is stronger and easier to repair. One of the most persistent concerns about gigacasting has been repairability. If the chassis is a single continuous piece, a collision that damages part of it would seem to require replacing the entire structure, making it economically totaled for even moderate damage. Tesla addressed this directly with a modular repair architecture. The Cybercab's structure is divided into 3 strategic sections: front, center, and rear. The front and rear sections serve as crumple zones, designed to absorb and dissipate collision energy. Critically, these sections are bolted onto the central battery and chassis module through specialized high-strength joints, rather than being permanently fused. In a collision, only the damaged crumple zone section is deformed. That section can be unbolted and replaced as a complete unit. No welding equipment, no frame pulling machines, no guesswork about compromised weld points. A 2025 report by Thatcham Research found that cast structures actually simplify damage assessment. In traditional welded frames, a collision can weaken weld points or adhesive bonds in ways that are difficult to detect without extensive teardown. With cast structures, damage is binary, either clearly intact or visibly cracked, making assessment fast and accurate using sensors and portable X-ray devices. Vehicles built on gigacasting architecture are estimated to reduce repair time to around 30% of current levels. After module replacement, the vehicle returns to nearly 100% of its original geometric precision, something that traditional straightening and manual welding rarely achieves. Evolution of the Gigapress, from 6,100 to 50,000 tons. To appreciate just how far this technology has come, it helps to trace the progression. In 2020, Tesla deployed the first 6,100-ton Gigapress for the Model Y at Giga Shanghai, the first time any automaker had used aluminum die casting at this scale for a structural automotive component. It replaced over 70 individual parts with a single rear underbody casting. The industry called it revolutionary. Competitors began scrambling to develop their own large-format casting capabilities. In 2023, the Cybertruck required a step up to a 9,000-ton machine, approximately 1.5 times the clamping force of the Model Y press, capable of casting the larger, more complex structural sections required for a full-size pickup truck. Even so, the Cybertruck retained a complex design with a stainless steel exoskeleton, multiple mechanical components, and assembly steps that still required some welding and joining.